from outer space. Killer Clowns from outer space. They back. They are back in such a big way. Because see, the Killer Clowns from Outer Space is like a classic cult film that I grew up watching for years and love the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Love that movie. The music, the way the clowns looked, turning people into cotton candy, all of that stuff was wonderful for us. We loved every minute of it. The only time it got, I don't even think the ending was bad. I just feel that we didn't know. It was the fact that we didn't know that made it like, did they die? What happened? The pies fell on their face. They should be dissolving. So we just don't know. It just ends. So once the pies land on their face. So this remake can go in different directions. What if there are more? Baby clown, the rest of them. Mm. Ryan Goslin's producing it. They haven't selected a director. They haven't even basically. They have written a script, but we don't know who the writer of the script is yet. We just know he's producing it. So we don't know if they've written a treatment. In other words, it's a treatment, which means saying this is how the story should go. They still have to fill in the blanks. Like they have a skeleton of what they want to do. They're looking to have this done within the next 2 years. But this has been in development hell for, like, you got to understand, this is a 1980s movie. It's a classic in the 80s. And now they're having the film basically redone in modern time. In 2019, it was almost a sequel. Yep, it was almost a sequel in 2019. Another group was producing it. They wanted Blumhouse to do it. Had a lot of traction, had a lot of noise, and we never got it. But this is the first time somebody like a A-lister who's very solid in Hollywood is connected to it. And it's a shock to me that Ryan Goslin is slated to produce it. The last film I seen him in was The Fall Guy, which was great. And now Fall Guys are going to be nominated for Oscars now, which I feel is pretty incredible for all the work they've done over the years in film. To not be honored is a travesty. I've always assumed that they were nominated for awards. Yes, on my Patreon is where I will speak about Carmelo Anthony for the very first time. And that way I can be nice and clear and concise and get everything out. Um, there's so many moving parts when you think about a classic movie like that. I'm thinking about other directions. They had a small budget. You can't find a guy like Mooney, the police guy, no more. Mooney was my guy.
The high school athlete accused of stabbing and killing another high school athlete.
Oh yeah. Well, there are a lot of different. There's a lot of different things going on. That was one of the things about Carmelo Anthony and him being free, and they all upset. Mm. No, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is a remake of a classic, so I'm always going to be intrigued. Mm-hmm. No. If I look at Killer Clowns from Outer Space and try to make a rash decision about how great it's gonna be and this and that, I'm just liking the direction. I know with somebody like Ryan Reynolds is not Ryan Reynolds, but Ryan Goslin is involved. He'll have the right people involved to make the right kind of movie. But I would like Mooney. Mooney was like one of my favorite characters. The sergeant in one of his last roles, because I think he played Mr. Big and I'm gonna get you sucker, and then that was it. So a lot of people had trigger warnings that something could go wrong, but I don't have any trigger warnings about a movie like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I don't think you can mess that up. The only way you can mess it up is the look of the clowns. I think the Chodo brothers should be back to at least assist the crew from the makeup department who made the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Because if you make the Killer Clowns from Outer Space and they don't look like the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, you are going to bomb. The movie is going to go to straight hell because the people that want to see this movie are the fans. And believe me, they're young fans that love the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. My godsons, I put them on to that movie and they were in love with it. They didn't care it came out in the 80s. Now, when you have a network of analysts who make unrealistic approaches to try to justify your statement, I find that wrong. Just 100% wrong. Hmm. They will not mess this film up. I think Ryan Reynolds, they're ready for this. So they'll be prepared. I just hope so. At this point, I'm just ready for a lot of it to be done and done, with a lot of these money grab type films. Bring back some real movies. I don't care if it's even for streaming sites. Just bring back a classic or take it to another direction. Like we never got the continuation. We don't have to erase the first one and make it look like it never happened. There's ways to bring it back to make it matter again. It's been done right before. Let's continue that foundation. So, are you excited for the Killer Klowns from outer space? I am.